Hi, Rachel here. I'm going to do another video today discussing the products that I just received from the Cherry Blossom set. Again, if it's July 2020, please check out my website link below. It is a limited time offer to get the Cherry Blossom products. They come with beautiful packaging. This is the eyeshadow. Here's one of the lipsticks. They're just gorgeous, pinks and golds. So check that out. I'll put all my links down below. Follow me on my social media. Find me on Snapchat and TikTok while TikTok lasts. How bummed out are we over TikTok maybe not lasting? I know I am. I've only been into it for a couple months, but I really like it. I'm very entertained by it also. Here's one of my cleanse drinks. I'm actually on my second 30-day cleanse, and this is day 14 because I am at the end of one of my products, so I know without even looking at the calendar it's day 14. It's my last day of taking in this cleanse. It's going to be the last time I take one in for a while. I'm going to miss it though. It's really good. It has lemon in it, and it also has some aloe vera. It coats your intestinal linings. It's very soothing. I'm gonna shake it up though, because otherwise it'll settle at the bottom. Especially it's probably the aloe vera mostly that becomes a solid. So shake it up before you drink it. Also, if you saw my last video, you know that I got some new products, so I'm looking forward to using those today. I am gonna start off with letting you know that I already did my Super Calm, my cleansing milk, my serum, and my hydrator. I also used my RE9 Advanced Eye Cream, so my face is nice and prepped and ready to put on the makeup. That's something that's essential when doing your makeup, is to prep your skin. Another good thing to do is to use the makeup primer, this product right here. I just use one pump on the back of my hand, and I first apply it in my nose area and also my T-zone, and carry it into my cheeks, anywhere where I have pores, like enlarged pores, and this will kind of settle in and diminish the look of pores and fine lines. It's a nice smooth product, blends on very easily. And just work that around until you've distributed the entire pump. Okay, so that is on. I'm also going to go ahead and we're going to do things a little bit different today. I'm going to go ahead and put on my other primer, my eyelid primer. Because it doesn't matter if your primer sets and dries a bit longer, it will still do its job. The only thing with the eye cream is, the eye primer is that once you put it on, it does give your eyes a tacky texture. Your eyelid will have the ability to have the eyeshadow adhere to it better. So that's a little bit more of sooner the better. I'm going to just go ahead and apply my eyelid primer with my finger, work it around all over from eyebrow to eyelashes. Give that brand new eyeshadow something to attach to. Okay, so now I'm going to get out 3 of my brushes. I now have 2 sets of my brushes, but I'm going to go ahead and get the first 3, which is my all over eyes, my shading brush, and my slant brush. I'm just going to set them here and open up my eyeshadow palette. Now this is the Cherry Blossom Limited Edition eyeshadow palette, and the link down below is where you can purchase it. Check that out. It's gorgeous. So what I like to do is I like to work from my lightest colors to my darkest colors. So I'm going to start on the top and do things like my highlight, and then the middle ones are likely to be my brow bone area or my eye socket, and then the lowest of the lines, the setup that we have here of the 12 eyeshadow colors, these ones I'll tend to use for my eyeliner. I know blush is kind of light, but I did use it yesterday as like a part of my eyeliner, kind of stacking the colors together, and I thought it looked really beautiful. So I'm gonna get started with that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do highlighting first. I'm gonna take my shading brush, the smallest of the two eyeshadow brushes, and I'm gonna work with Peak. Peak is a white, almost matte. It has a slight bit of iridescence to it, but it is mostly like a matte white color. And I'm gonna put that in the interior of my eyes on both sides as a nice little highlight. I'm also going to take Peak and work it underneath my eyebrow area, just along the hairline. Giving a nice highlight right underneath my brow. I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay, so now we have Peak applied as a highlighter on both eyes. I'm going to go back in with Petal, and Petal's just going to be like a gradual color from my highlight. So I'm going to get the inner corner of my eye, not the actual corner that's close to my nose, but the corner that is more like on my eyelid, so just past where I put that highlight. And I'm going to put Petal right there. On both sides. I feel very inspired by this cherry blossom set, so I kind of try to make my eyeshadow look a bit like a flower or a blossom petal. So it's kind of the look we're going for today. And Petal is a definitely a matte color, and it's a bit pink. It probably doesn't show up too pink, but if you look at it closely, it is pink. The next color I'm going to do is Blossom, but what I'm going to do is switch to my all over lid color. And let's go back here. So I've used Peak and I've used Petal, and now I'm going to use Blossom with my larger eyeshadow brush. And I'm about the middle of my eyelid now, so I'm just gonna pat this on right here in the middle. Kind of work a little circle. I'm avoiding the outer corner of my eye because I plan on putting a slightly darker color there. But I am almost going all the way up to my eye socket. Just right there in the middle. Patting the brush on. This is a technique makeup artists tend to call packing, where they pack the shadow on. Where you just kind of pat it on rather than stroking it or sweeping it across. I just want a nice application of Blossom, making sure it's even on both sides. So the next color I'm gonna do, I'm gonna skip Flower that's right here, and I'm gonna go to Blossom, or not Blossom, Blossom is what we just did. This one's Harmony. It looks a lot like Blossom though. You can see these two colors look very similar. This one has some iridescence to it, a nice shimmer. So I'm gonna add that into my eye socket area. That's actually gonna be what blends my colors together. So I'm just gonna take Harmony and pat it along my brow bone. Patting it along my brow bone. following the bone. So I'm not in the eye socket, I'm on the actual bone. And that is my guide. Again, back into Harmony and just following that bone from one side to the other. All right, I think it's starting to look a little bit like a flower petal. What do you guys think? I've always been a lemon fan. It's such a good lemon flavor. It's not too sour, and it's not like an overly sweetened lemonade. It's perfect. I really like it, even though it's like a diet cleanse drink. I really enjoy drinking it. The next one that we're gonna work on is actually we're gonna go back to flower. And I'm gonna take my smaller brush, my shading brush, and we're gonna work that from the outer corner. So just the outer corner of the eyelid, close to the eyelashes, and I'm patting it and working my way up. I just want to get the application of it there in the corner, and then I'm going to use this larger brush to blend it in. I'm going to do that on both sides. Make sure they're even. Okay, there we are. So now we definitely have some blending to do, but I do need a bit more eyeshadow. There are places where I haven't really put any yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into my golds here. I'm gonna use Hana to blend in Harmony and Peak, the two colors that we have up closer to the brow. So Harmony is on the brow bone, Peak is the highlighter, and I'm gonna use Hana to just kind of blend those two together. It's a nice gold shimmer, and it's just gonna create a soft blending effect between those two colors. Here we go. So again, on the other side, basically I'm just diminishing that line that we had created while applying the eyeshadow. Working my brush in little circles helps to blend the colors. And a little bit more of that gold right in here. Making sure it's even on both sides. Can use a little bit more blending right in here. All right, so now it's blended in the brow area, and now I want to work on blending it down in here. I also didn't work a color into the eye socket, so I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with blush for that. So yesterday I used blush for a liner color, but today I'm going to use it in my eye socket. So I'm just applying it to my all over eyeshadow brush and going right below where the bone is, almost feeling the bottom of the bone with my brush. And I'm just going to work it back and forth, making sure I've got plenty of color on my brush. Again, this is blush, and it's a nice pink shadow. There we go. Definitely makes a difference. A lot bolder look to it once I've blended that in. So I'm going to go back to blush. Go just underneath where my eye socket is. find that bone with the top of my brush. That's my natural guide. And then work it back and forth. Working it in little circles, blending in the eyeshadow that's already there. Making sure I'm getting plenty of blush there as well. All right, there we are. There is our cherry blossom petal. I think it's coming together really nicely. I like it. What I am gonna do next is I'm going to do my lower lid line. I'm gonna do that with Branch. Branch is the darkest color from this eyeshadow palette. And I'm just gonna work that into my lower lid line. And I just want to make a nice thin line, almost to give the appearance that my lashes are fuller. So I'm just kind of pushing right underneath where the hairs are with my slant brush. Following that hairline. Tapping it right up into the lash line. Make sure it's even on both sides. Okay, so now I have my lower eyeliner on. I am going to use a liquid liner for my top today. I was practicing with it earlier because it's a brand new product for me. And I decided to open up the brown one. So it's also called It's a Fine Line, like all the eyeliner from the line are called. So what I'm gonna do is work it from the outer corner in, and you wanna just take slow strokes because you can always reconnect that line. I did do a little trial to see how much liner I like, and I definitely like it fuller. I did one eye very narrow and one eye very full. And I decided I like the fuller line. And you just want to get it right into the corner of your eye. There we go. I know it's a bit dramatic, it's a bit full, but when I was doing my trial earlier, I decided that was what I wanted. There's a little spot here that could use some more blending. Okay, so now I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Again, working from the outer corner on in, and then going back and just creating like a full connection, and also deciding how full you want that line to be. Okay, looking good. I'm also going to put on my mascara, which is Speaks Volumes. This comes in the value kit when you get a value kit of the makeup products. That's the way I recommend to purchase them, because you get so much for like a discounted price for getting it all together, and then you get to try more of the products. It's not one of those like limited edition seasonal things, it's all the time. There are always value sets. Okay, so now we have the eyes done. I am going to work on the rest of the face now. Applying my concealer. I like to use this new concealer that I got that's in shade Fair. I think that it helps to create a better highlight in my under eye area by it being lighter. Oh geez, you know what I just did? I just used light. I just used light instead of Fair. Well, we're not gonna waste it. What I'm gonna do is use this to conceal my chin area and my nose, because that's where I want to put my light. There we go. Well, it didn't go to a waste. And now I'm going to take that Fair one again, like I intended to before, and apply it just to my under eye area. Kind of make like a little triangle. And then blend it out. I am going to use my concealer brush. I really like this brush so far. So this side is to work with the concealer initially, and then this buffs it out, and it does a really good job blending. I'm very happy with it. So I am just moving this concealer around so that it's getting all my under eye area and all along my cheekbone. And then I'm going to take the other side and buff it out. On both sides. There we go. So now I have a nice concealed under eye that's nice and highlighted because of using a slightly lighter color. My next step is to take my foundation, and I'm going to apply my foundation to the rest of my face with my foundation brush. Sometimes I like to put on my foundation before I put on my concealer, and then work around with adding the concealer for extra coverage. Sometimes it's nice to put it on first too, because then I already have all the places where I would have normally wanted to like over apply my foundation. So it's kind of already set in place. So right now I'm really just putting on my foundation to blend everything in. It's up to you how you want to apply your makeup. I also did this tutorial doing my eyeshadow first, like I did with my last one, when normally I would do my face before by choice, so that, you know, I have a better looking appearance for you guys throughout the video. But by doing my eyeshadow first, it gives me the opportunity, if I make a mistake, to go ahead and fix it. So I do recommend that if you're doing your makeup at home, to do your eyeshadow first and give yourself a real chance at getting your makeup done without, you know, messing it up. Say you drop too much of your eyeshadow, like you do kind of a loose application and it falls onto your cheek, or you mess up with your eyeliner and you want to start over. That way you're not having to start all over. Okay, so now my foundation is on. The next step is to apply a bit of powder. I'm gonna put on just a bit of powder to set it in place, not too much. The other day I tried to use this as if it was my translucent powder, and a couple hours later I was not happy with the way that my skin was looking. So today I'm just gonna powder my nose and my chin. I'm gonna leave my under eyes alone. Again, that is something I would like to have translucent powder for. I'm gonna get a little bit of my forehead here, just above my eyebrows. And that's about it. I did put on too much of the powder, and the powder can actually be worn all by itself. You don't need to have a liquid foundation on prior. What is this one right here? Oh, that's my eyelid primer. I'm gonna go ahead and use my bronzer that came in the kit. So this is something that came in a value pack. It's one of the value pack options where you get a nice bronzer. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use it just underneath my cheekbones, along my jaw, and then take it up above my brow. And this is just a quick contour to give my face a little bit more shape. And I'm gonna do that on both sides. So along the jaw, underneath the cheekbone, and up above the brow. This can also be taken into the hairline. This will help to blend your foundation, also give you a nice sun-kissed look. I'm then going to take my Oliver eyeshadow brush that I didn't use yet. I'm going to take a bit of that bronzer and I'm going to work it down my nose, and this will help to give my nose a more defined shape. It also will give it a nice sun-kissed glow. So I'm taking the brush down either side of my nose and a little bit just on the tip. I'm then going to use a product from my Cherry Blossom set, which is highlighter, and that's the pink side. I want to use the more tan side. I'm just going to use this as a highlight right down the tip of my nose and blend it in. Just gives me a nice little glowy shimmer. I'm then going to take the pink side and take that right along the tip top of my cheekbone, like right where it meets my lower eyelid. And I'm just gonna blend it in with my finger a little bit. And that is my highlight for right on top of my cheekbone. This is a highlighting glow stick, if I'm remembering right. Yeah, Sheer Glow highlight stick. And it came in the Cherry Blossom set. You can also be purchased individually, but it is a limited time product. We do have a similar one that we have on a regular basis, but this one is the Cherry Blossom. I love it. What's next is to do my brows, and today what I'm gonna do, because they're actually in pretty good shape, I sugared them the other day where I reshaped them with my sugaring paste, and I also clipped them with my scissors. So what I'm gonna do today is just kind of fill them in with a bit of the brow cream, and I'm applying it in an upward motion, just getting a nice coat on every hair. There we go, and repeat that on the other side. For those of you that haven't seen this product before, it's like my top 3 all the time, and it is awesome. It is called a brow cream, and it applies with what looks like to be a very small mascara wand. It just coats all the hairs that you already have and gives them a nice full appearance. It's a quick and easy way to get a more polished looking brow. There we go. A little bit more over on here. So now eyebrows are done, eyes are done. I just need a touch of blush and my lips, and we are set. So instead of putting on lip liner, because I need to get a new one for this color Bouquet, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply Bouquet. Just so you know, I'm somebody that strongly encourages using lip liner, especially if you already have fine lines and wrinkles. It can be a lifesaver for your day look, even your evening look, depending how long you're planning on wearing your lipstick. It can bleed into your foundation. Putting on that lip liner first really helps to hold it in place. But I just wanted to show you guys the lip color Bouquet. Yesterday I put on Flush, which was more of like a nude natural lip. I think Bouquet is really beautiful, very bright and vibrant. And now we need our blush. The blush that we got in the set here, I'm still working on it. Where is it? I'm still working on it. I like it a lot. It's different. I think it's gonna have a better effect today because of putting on this liquid foundation. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna draw a circle on my cheek on both sides. So I'm finding the apples of my cheeks right there, the peaks, and drawing it in a circle. You know, this looks awful silly, just leaving it there in a little circle, but I'm gonna take my brush and blend it out. I guess from a distance it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna take this brush and just kind of pull it loose of that circle. And I think that's the best way to do it. This was more of my mom's idea. She was like, oh, just make little circles and then blend them. I think it worked out nice. We're getting a good application out of that product. And that is the blush crayon. This is another one that can be bought individually, or it's in the set. I probably wouldn't have bought it had it not been in the set, just because it's not a product that I typically would go to. I'm still trying to figure out how to use it. I like it. I like the application. I think it wears well. If you're somebody that likes more of a subtle appearance, definitely go with this. If you're somebody that wears CC cream, this is a nice easy thing that you can even apply with your fingers as well. So if you're into the ease of the products, this is going to be your new blush. You'll love it. So that is our cherry blossom look for the day. And I really appreciate you all tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see in future videos, and find me on my social media so you can follow my progress. I am halfway through my second 30-day cleanse, and I enjoy sharing it all with you guys. If you have any questions about the product line, please DM me, comment below, let me know what it is that you want to know. I'm happy to be here to answer all your questions, and I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. Bye.